Did you know that the tradition of student apprentices studying technique and theory under the guidance of master artists is older than the Renaissance? Do you wish you could experience what that was like to sit in a studio surrounded by art students at every level of expertise and listen to their work as it was being critiqued and guided by masters of their craft? Now imagine you can get that experience every month simply by becoming a Barnstone Patreon supporter. My name is Kat Barnstone Safran, daughter of master artist and educator Myron Barnstone, who for over 35 years instructed thousands of aspiring artists of every age and artistic background. We're carrying on his legacy of classical atelier-style art education through our Master Guide program, and you're invited. Become a Patreon supporter at the $25 or higher level, and you'll have access to the full mentoring sessions between Barnstone students and their chosen master guides. Here's just a short sample of a full-length sessions that you can enjoy every month.
All right, cool. Can you see this?
Yes.
All right. Okay, cool. Yeah. So good job getting everything in the circle. That's kind of a common mistake to overshoot the cylinder.
Yes.
Get I don't know, carried away with like following the diagonal, not like paying attention to where it actually like intersects the circle. So that's, common mistake, easy to fix. Good job with that. The biggest thing I'm noticing with the umbrella is, can you see my cursor?
Yes.
Yeah. So these sort of slope a little bit too much. Hang on. Why isn't this?
So they should come closer to it, a perpendicular.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you see on this, let me try to not zoom in too much, about how much like in this area, it's like the circle really runs along with the edge of the square. And then you also need like, I don't know, you can almost just think of it as like there's this much like vertical element to a circle. Because if you don't account for that and you come in at too much of an angle, when you think about the other side being drawn, and if that other side goes away at an angle, you get this bump. So there needs to be enough of a vertical for that one angle to transition into the next angle.
Yes, if I may. And by the way, this just helped me learn. I sent you copies of the tracings I was using. And when I was making my individual ellipses, I always carried that contact point through to the other half of the ellipse to try to get a good angle through that contact point. Right. So I try to achieve what you're talking about. So what I hear you saying is that I still need to, if I want to get, and I wish I could show you what I'm pointing at, if I want to get that closer line, I need to approach that point with a little bit broader. Come down. So you can see my points plotted on the plotting where the line has to go through.
Yeah. Following through, that's a good way to try to get it smoother, to account for actually how it's going to go through. But I am seeing that like there's a bit too much, like I can kind of see the angle changes happening where it's like you've almost drawn like a straight line and you've drawn sort of curved line, but there's like very obvious like segments to it. So this is just like one of the tricky parts about learning how to draw the circles in the isometric perspective, or circles in general, is getting that kind of like smooth momentum through so that there isn't any like obvious segments. Because like I can see like this is almost a straight line, and then this is like almost a straight line coming off of that. So if you just draw yourself in a vertical there, it's going to force you to have. Oh, also you can do that with these sections. Just kind of like draw a straight section, and then that's going to force you to like shoot out a little bit more and force the curve to actually carry through with proper momentum.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
Because I tried to not have those segments. When I would do it, then I would go back in between and do a flow through with my, to try to make it more even.
Yeah. Yeah, and definitely your second round of like tracings were looking a lot better than this first round's. Because yeah, this one had like pretty obvious segments. This spear just, I don't know, wasn't getting the distortion right. So I was glad to see the next round of things. We're getting better, just like still needing to more smooth things out.
So if I may, I'm not trying to justify what I did wrong. I'm just trying to say I thought about those things. And obviously my solution didn't work. So I do appreciate your points.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. You are like recognizing and working on it, and it's like matter just practice. This is just like one of those things that's like there's not like I can tell you what to do, but then you have to just like practice it and actually get the eye for it and the hand for it. So that's also that kind of leads into another point I wanted to talk about with going through the homework. Because you mentioned you did like 17 pages of gestures.
Yes.
Right. I mean, that's great, like doing that much studying, but I wanted to emphasize the point that the like real magic of these lessons happens when you get all the way through them and then you do them again. So I don't want you spending too much time like getting hung up on trying to like perfect one lesson. It's better to just like, as Myron says, like make an intelligent mess, get through the lesson. You've laid the groundwork. You're seeing what you need to work on and what needs like practice and refinement. But you just go ahead, do what you can, move on to the next lesson, and you keep like building up like the knowledge of all the lessons.
Join us in keeping Myron's legacy alive. Join the Barnstone Patreon today. Follow the link embedded below, and you'll get full-length lessons just like these, plus much, much more every month. You'll learn a new, fresh perspective, insight, and technique with every session. We really can't wait to see you there. As Myron would always say, thank you and be well.